in my race. Dog got holy Bible pockets on me, thank God we straight. Even though I might pull up late, I ain't never too late. I'm saying my grace like God is great. Decorate this ice like wait, they cake, just tap to the food, I make my plate. I don't mean to be rude, you fake your face. Pull up in the church in the rave. You know I'm going on like Marvin Gaye. I keep 1K, just pardon me. You new to the game like Shawshank. I gotta let go like love, forgive me. You know we in the house. We gotta go up like chimney. It's not just on me, it's in me. Devil, you can pull up in the hood if you want to. South Park, who killed Kenny? Father, Son, Holy Ghost. You don't want to smoke with any. With any. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, big O, big I, big O, big I, big O, big I, big O, let's go, big I.
I need bass, attention on me, call me bae. Money base, it took my soul, you buy me bae. Greed and sway, lowly humble, which one lasts? That demon stepping, blew up thing back like Christmas past. Let go, let Christ, let go, live life. Can't help myself, you took them stripes, you took my strife. How I can't forget them folks, but try to leave my way. I mean it. Memphis,
all right, what is good? Welcome in.
I'm getting my prayers, I'll take my hands off. I wake in the morning and get out the box like Kellogg's. So much from day to day, feel like a featherweight, gave it to God to take care of. Hey, few, I let go, let God. Let me go catch my red eye.
Happy Monday. Let's do it. Let's go. All right. Game time, baby. There we go. There we go. Okay. Let's do it. Welcome in. Gang, 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 gang. All right, here we go. Welcome in, everyone. Welcome in. Happy Monday. Let's do it. Yanosh in the house. What up, George Trades? Billy O'Neill in the building. 3 Ants in the house. All right, it's game time, baby. Game time. Game time. How y'all feeling? Hope you guys had a great weekend. Welcome back, baby. Welcome back. Time to eat. Time to eat. All right, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? Hope you guys are well. Good to see you guys, man. Good to see y'all. It is game time. Let's rock and roll. It is Monday, baby. A millie. What's poppin'? What up, SK? Traders next door. Golden Dubs in the house. What up, OGH? All right, Big Aaron in the building. Ben Bennett in the house. What's poppin'? What up, Muggs? DJ Scratches in the building. What's goody? What's goody? How y'all doing, man? How you guys doing? I never realized I could just walk and talk. I could walk around with the mic if I want. Why have I never done this, man? Why haven't I done it? Trado Voss in the house. What's poppin', man? What up, Matty Dukes? What up, Surge? Noobs in the building. What's goody? Vivian Young in the house. All right. What up, Exit Strats? Badio Life in the building. All right. We got the heavy hitters here. The heavy hitters are here for Monday. Yes, sir. W London trade here taken early. A little early trade taken. Congrats. Louis G in the building. What up, 3 Ants? Arrow Sassy is here. Okay, all right. I think it's time to go, right? Game time. What up, Eric P? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. All right, let's do this. Hey, let's pray real quick, and then we'll begin our session here. All right, let's do it. All right, well, Father God, we thank you for this opportunity here to be together, Lord. I just so grateful for the work that's being done here, Lord, for all that you're doing, for not just the hoorah or the quick success, but the patient, the steady, consistent success that is taking place here, Lord. I thank you for just blessing your people as they continue to follow the law, continue to follow the word, that success would come to them, and not just come to them, but come to them in great abundance, effortlessly, without any haste, without any struggle, without any toil, Lord. We thank you that it just comes straight to us, Lord, because we are doing the work and we're willing to do the right things for the kingdom with it. So we give you the glory for it. I ask that you would just bless this session, bless your people in this session today, and Lord, we ask for the spirit of victory to continue to dwell among us. We thank you, Lord. We know that all good things come from above, so we're just here thankful for it, honored to be doing this, and we thank you in Jesus' name. Amen and amen. I'm just grateful to be a part of this. Grateful to be here every day. Grateful to see what's taking place in the lives of so many men and women here around the world. So congratulations to you all. What a week. What a run. What a journey it's been so far. And the craziest part is we haven't even begun. Oh my goodness, right? We haven't even gotten started yet. Now you're starting to see some players come out of the woodworks, right? You're starting to see some new names popping up, and not just popping up like, oh yeah, that guy's doing good, but that guy's making a big difference in his life, or that girl's starting to see a huge change and the fruit is starting to ripen. And man, it's just a beautiful thing when the plan comes together, right? The vision, when it's guided by God, there's no doors that anyone can shut at that point. So congratulations to you all. We're on our way to 8-figure traders, and we're living it. So that's what we're going to do here today. We are going to live as 8-figure traders. So today is Monday, new week. It is the 22nd day of September, and it's another day, another opportunity for us to do exactly that, right? To be patient, to be disciplined, to walk as an 8-figure trader, talk as an 8-figure trader, think like one, act like one, right? And that's eventually how we align with it. So it doesn't look like we have too much going on here in the headlines today. As you can see, just a lot of yellow folders here today. No red folders or anything like that. So we shouldn't have any surprises or any spooks up here with volume. Sorry, I was just trying to pay attention to this closure here. So I think we're good. I'm going to wait on the 30-minute here, see if we can get a closure. But let's just run through the lay of the land here for the week while we got a few minutes. Tuesday, which is going to be tomorrow, you got some red folders coming in here with PMI at 9:45 here. We should be in the headlines pretty much the remaining part of the day. Yeah, tomorrow. So tomorrow we got a bunch of stuff going on here. 3 red folders, I should say. You got Powell speaking as well tomorrow after the session. So that should be pretty interesting. Wednesday we don't have much, just the new home sales stuff, crude oil inventories. That's pretty much about it. A couple little speeches. Thursday, that's going to bring us right into the final GDP here for the quarter. You're also going to get unemployment claims, and then obviously a whole bunch of orange folders. It's just a regular Thursday, right? You got more speeches from the Fed and a lot of other things going down here. So Thursday is going to be a big one. A lot of USD news, and then Friday, we just got this one red folder here at 8:30. So pretty good week. We'll probably start off a little slower here on this Monday in terms of volatility, but then we should begin to heat up as we go into the week here. So anyways, that is what we're looking for here on the news throughout the week. Let's jump into the technicals here, and let's do a fresh top-down analysis. We'll look at gold here. We'll look at pound yen. I should say ES, and then we'll get to it. Just messing with y'all, man. You guys want pound yen back. You want pound yen. Clubhouse. All right. Anyways, let's jump into a fresh top-down analysis. If you guys can, give the stream a like here for me real quick. Sub to the channel if you guys aren't subscribed yet. You guys can see the movement taking place. So join the revolution, baby. We're talking about freedom over here, and we're getting free one session at a time. All right. Give the stream a like here for me, and let's jump into this analysis. Pound who? Yen what? Yeah. How's the music? Should I lower this music, or are we good? Someone talk to me. Stephen B., give me an answer, brother. Give me an answer. Someone from the clubhouse. Someone from the clubby. A little bit loud or good? A little bit loud. Let me lower it a little bit. Good level? A little lower. All right. A little lower. Oh, that's a little higher. All right. That should be good. All right, let's run into it. Let's talk about gold here. We'll do a fresh analysis on ES here as well, and let's go ahead and get into it. So daily time frame. So daily time frame on gold here. Let's open it up and pay attention here. So let me just grab my tools. Where'd they go? Here they are. All right, so let's talk about this. This is gold. This is the daily time frame, and it looks like we're kind of in a range here, right? So you got this range from this resistance here at 3730. You have support here at 3760. We dealt with this support twice last week, as you guys remember, and that's basically the range that we're sitting in, right? Gold is obviously also in these all-time highs here, so anything could happen, right? This bullish candle on Friday did close. It closed strong bullish, but it closed without a top wick, right? And it also closed below resistance here. So if we're looking at this current daily candle. We are moving bullish right now, but again, we still have not broke out of the range here yet. And for all we know, this candle also at the same time has no lower wick, right? So at any point, this guy can start coming back down to create that lower wick. And that's probably what I'd be interested in here today, right? I might be interested in the buys. We're going to need some sort of support, right, before we take those longs. We don't really want to take a buy here in the all-time highs. We're going to need a little bit of a pullback, and I'd be open to taking sells on that pullback here today. We just got to look at the 4-hour here. So let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour again. Daily candle is stuck in the range, right? Keep in mind, resistance here, support here, bullish closure, but no closure above and no top wick on that candle. And then again, keep in mind, no lower wick, right? That's probably the 3 or 4 main components here that we want to keep an eye on. As we move over to the 4-hour chart here, we have this 4-hour time frame that is just on a run. I mean, damn. My goodness, gold. Just stop. No one could stop gold here, right? No one can stop gold. So this is the 4-hour time frame. So each one of these bullish candles represent 4 hours. That's what you call a rally, my friends. That's what you call a rally out of these lows here from Friday. So we're just continuing to push up. That might have even been from Thursday. But anyway, all bullish here on the 4-hour. Let's take a look at the 1-hour. 1-hour is finally starting to give us some signs of resistance, right? So as you can see, these last couple bearish candles that closed on the 1-hour, they weren't that good, right? Not a good strong bearish candle. Definitely not a strong bearish candle. This one can go either way. It can kind of go either way, right? We'll see. You know, it kind of has some strength to it. I don't really want to be fooled, so we're going to wait here and take a look at the 30 minutes. So if we were only looking at the 1-hour, I would say, hey, we get a top wick, right? We take sells, bada bing, bada boom, nobody knows nothing, volume coming in, we touch down into 37.46, and we have a nice day. But we're not only looking at the 1-hour here. So let's take a look at the 30-minute here. It looks like you do have support. So this is the support I was just looking at here. And this is really how I'm going to measure my zones here today. So I got 37.57 support zone, right? Also 37.62 is going to be my resistance, right? And currently, as of right now, price is just ranging in between there, right? Now we got volume coming in on this candle. We have a wick to get filled, right? But we don't really have a closure yet, and we also have a lot of rejection here, which is most likely some choppiness on the 15-minute time frame. Let's go take a look at that. Yeah, just a little bit of chop here. So what looks even better here today would be the sells below 54, right? 37.54, confirming that we're going to get through the chop on the 15 and also, you know, be able to make it closure below on the 30. So I think the 15-minute sets us up for success here today. If you guys are taking sells off the 30, I mean, that's fine too, whatever your comfort level is here today. But by the way that everything looks so bullish, I would much rather wait for a closure below 54 here today. And that way we have some clean range to push down in for about like 70 pips. And that'll probably be my Monday trade here today. So probably be something like that. Or let's say we do come down into the zone here, right? We fill the range. I would also be open to the potential of the buys, right? A little bit later. So let's say you get a closure below, price moves down, right? We do some sort of a fake out. Let me grab this one. I'd be potentially open for some buys right here, right, to kind of move back up. Or if we need to wait for some sort of a range, right, where we don't take that buy right away just because price is kind of selling off a little bit, we wait for a new breakout, right, above here or below here, and then we take the buys from there, or we take new sells from there. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. No sells yet, my friends. No sells yet for me. I'm going to wait on this 15-minute time frame, or at least a 30-minute closure below 58 here, and then probably start to sell off from there. So yeah, that's it. I think gold could move down here ultimately, like, you know, for the remainder of the session, but I'd rather wait for the best entries, right, the best setups here, and then go ahead and pull the trigger. So that is that is what I'm looking at for now. We got about, what, 6 minutes for a 15-minute closure. We'll see how that candle closes, and then we can go from there. All right. So that is that. Pretty simple here. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Sales look great off that 1 hour. They look great, but the problem is you come into all this wick rejection here, right? And what is that wick rejection? That wick rejection is a 30-minute support, right? Sitting right here, which is going to be tough. And then below that, right, to even say, okay, you know what? Screw the 30-minute support. We'll bank off the 1 hour. Below that, you just got a whole bunch of chop here. So I think on Monday, it's probably best to wait for the closure below 54, and then we take things from there. Yeah? Cool. Let's do it. Let's do it. So if you're in sales, best of luck. I'll be joining at below 54. Until then, I'll just be hanging tight, waiting, and seeing, you know, how price action plays out. You know, you also have this opportunity here where if you kind of like fake out right here and then potentially close back above, right? Ideally, like, let's say this candle breaks the lows. Say you have a low sitting right here or something, right? We break the lows there, then we could potentially look for the buys to come back up in terms of, you know, price just remaining bullish there today. So yeah, a couple options for us. We just got to wait for our cards to be dealt, and then we can go from there. We're ready to play though. All right. What up, YOLO Trader? There he is. George VDM has entered the ring. What's up, George? How are you, brother? How are you? What's up, Dan? Good to see you, man. How was everyone's little time off? 2 days. How was everyone's time off the charts? I'll be honest, on Friday, I could not wait for Monday. Couldn't wait. I took a buy, I'm in drawdown. Okay, that's all right. Little drawdown. What up, Sujay? Good to see you, my man. Yeah, I hope y'all had a wonderful break here, and we're back at it, baby. We're back at it. I'm doing great. Yeah, thank you for asking, man. Just, you know, just feeling really grateful. Just really grateful for everything we got going on here, everything that's happening in life, and just enjoying it, you know, just enjoying it. Super thankful. Spent a lot of time in prayer and gratitude this weekend, just, you know, looking at life from a bunch of different angles, bunch of different lenses, kind of seeing some of the homies really start to hit these next levels, go to the next levels. And yeah, it just makes me so proud of everyone and just so happy for y'all. So it's amazing. It's amazing. You know, just what makes me even more grateful is just seeing like Aaron texting me, you know, 25,000 or 22,000. C Melly coming over showing me his $20,000 payouts. You know, Juan texting me, yo, Nick, thank you so much, man. Look at this, another 8,000 in payouts. Like, there's just so many people hitting me up, messaging me, telling me, bro, this is life changing right now. Like, I'm so grateful. I stayed steady. I just committed. They know they didn't do anything special either. That's the crazy part. Like, and neither have I. And I've never claimed to do anything special, right? All I've really done is showed up, looked for good trades, right? Raise my awareness, correct my mistakes when they needed to be, and just kept moving, just kept pushing. So, you know, everything that I did, other people are starting to do, and it's honestly inspiring, man. It's inspiring to see a lot of these, you know, just the team, right? Just moving on, and not just moving on from like a belief standpoint anymore, but from a financial standpoint, right? It's like, you know, we've shifted from, yeah, I believe we're going to get it, and I believe we're going to do it, to actually getting it, doing it, and living it. So it's awesome, man. I'm super happy for you guys. Ton of family victories over the past month or so. So I've just been, you know, pondering upon that, and just super grateful for my life and having y'all in my life. So it's been great to experience, and like I said earlier, we're just getting started, so that's the coolest part about it. Hey, you guys took a heater in London, eh? Shmoney. This one right here, right? 315 or 330 was it? Where was it? This one right here, right? Let's move up. Yeah, nice. 330, yeah. Tap, look at that. Tap perfect. Perfect base hit. Perfect base hit, right? That's all we need. That's all we need here. Base hits. Base hits, baby. Session by session. Look at that. So, yeah, that's a good trade. Great trade. It's kind of what we're looking for here, right? If we can get this candle to move down, right? Close below the range. potentially have that next candle break the lows, right? And then close above, and then boom, we pop. Easy peasy. Hey, if you guys haven't seen the breakdown, so I did my weekly breakdown in the clubhouse. I'm not sure if you guys seen it yet, but go check that one out. I added a little bit more to that that video. We talked a little bit more about the playbook, just so I can kind of update you guys on where the playbook's at, what the playbook's producing, the data on the video, and then I'll break down the trades from last week. Yes, sir. Yeah. What a weekend webinar. Yeah, I don't have any words either. Yeah. What a webinar this past weekend. Seriously. You know, that's something that a lot of communities also aren't hitting on, that I think is taking us to the next level. And that was sheesh. That was beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, the weekend webinar was just incredible. Got to give it up for Rafi, man. What did he say? He spent 14 hours a day for 5 days in meditation at that retreat. That's wild. That's wild. I don't know. I'd be like, who knows? I might go crazy doing it. Hey, how long can you sit still? That's a major way to measure your everything, your composure, right? Everything. I mean, can you sit still, right? We used to joke about the staring at the doorknob, right? But man, gang, when you can learn to sit still and just chill and just focus on breath, right? Like Rafi was talking about, let things kind of mellow down and let your thoughts kind of start blowing by like those clouds, right? You could observe those thoughts, right? You can even guide your life. You know, you can actually create your own life that way. I've done that, and many others have done that as well. So yeah, this is no joke. Okay, this is actually perfect, right? So now that we actually have a closure above with no wick at the bottom, you may get a fresh resistance here, right? So let's say we do get a fresh resistance, right? And candles close like this. Then what we can look for potentially is, right, this closure here, right? And then potentially be open to take those sells now coming back down. So I'd be open for that. We just got to, again, wait for those cards to be dealt and go from there. Good afternoon from Uganda. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Good morning from Tampa, Florida. 8:16 a.m. here. Lovely morning, I must say. Lovely morning. What's up, Luna Trades? What's good? What's good? Morning from Colombia. Let's go. Z Gamer. How we feeling, brother? How we feeling? We got the mod squad here today. What up, TK? There he is. What's my favorite joke? Go to school, get a good education, get a good job. That's probably my favorite joke. Whoa. Let's see. Gadi, what up, Aaron? How you feeling, brother? Not a bad jog the other morning, eh? Go to school, get a good education, get a good job, work for 50 years, receive your medical benefits and your 401k, and live a happy, everlasting life. That's probably the biggest joke of all time. Some of y'all say, hold on, wait, what? Is this gold? Yes, this is gold. Yep. Yes, sir. Goldie. ES? Oh yeah, let's take a look at ES here while we wait on gold. ES. Let's move over to the daily. So just continuing to pump here. Yeah, even when we thought we had a bearish closure coming up, whatever day this was, right? Candle looked just like that. Almost looked like we were going to close below the range, continue down, but look what that candle did. Came all the way back up, closed back above this overall range, and price just continued to move bullish. So we're just on this bullish rally here, as obviously we're in these all-time highs now. So let's drop down to the 4 hour. 4 hours is pretty bearish here, kind of like gold on Friday. You know, you're bearish, but you're, you know, kind of tapping into this overall level of support here now. It's just a little tough here. So overall, I am pretty bearish on the 4 hour for the session. As we move down to the 1 hour, the 1 hour looks very clean. I think if we can get a closure below 99 there, that's going to be perfect for the 1 hour to continue down. You got a clean wick fill, and then you also have this range fill over here at 83. So let's see what that looks like. You got a little bit of some support on the 15 in a 30-minute time frame. So I think waiting on the 1 hour here probably going to be our best bet. We've kind of rejected out of these areas a bunch of times before. If we can really come up, you know, kind of close bearish, ideally if like the 15 can give us a little bit of a steeper top wick, and then we get a 1 hour closure like that, you have that wick to fill, let's say around like 9 a.m. and I think that would be pretty good sell here. Pretty good sell for today. If not, then the closure above here looks very, very clean as well here. So candle's bearish right now. Let's say you do get that bearish closure, you have resistance right here at 04, and then I think if you can close back above that resistance, right, very high probability price will continue moving bullish right here after 9:30 today. So yeah, I think that would probably be the best setup of the day, especially if we can wick out of here and close back above the range. That'd be perfect. Yeah, that'd be perfect. Boom, boom, boom. Gold melter. Yeah, I mean, I see the reasons why gold would move down, right? Totally see the reasons why price would move down. It's just you got to line things up with the playbook now. How long you studied? Studied what? Study trading? Trading 6 years. Maybe a little longer now. Yeah, really since 2018. 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 4, 5, 6, yeah, like 7 years. Almost 7 years. Yeah, the sells on the 30 were good. Yeah, I said that to everyone. I say, yeah, these look good. You don't have a closure below support yet, but the volume's coming in, so. Counter trend trade. Yeah, this would be, so that's what I mean, the counter trend idea. So going against the bullish bias, let's say, right? You want a closure below there, right? Because if not, then you may close above, right? Therefore, price will just, you know, do something like this, right? And then keep moving bullish. Yeah, so what we could do here is we could just see if this is going to move all the way down on us, right? We just see how price reacts towards 47 here. Yeah, there's trades everywhere. Trades everywhere. So we don't want to take this one off the 15, right? Because, right, we don't take these, and we're not profitable off of taking trades like that, right? Where you get a closure with no bottom wick and then right at support. We're not profitable like that, so we don't want to take that trade. We also are counter trend trading here on the sells. So on the 30-minute, we really want to wait for a closure below, right? Because again, we're also not profitable on these trades here, right? Where you have a bullish bias, you never got a closure below support, right? Therefore, we're not profitable on these trades. So maybe the move happens today, right? But over time, we're not profitable here, so we don't take that trade. The only thing that looked semi-good was the 1 hour, right? You had that resistance formed on the 1 hour, and we talked about that. But we didn't want to enter off, or at least I didn't want to enter off the 1 hour because of what I just mentioned on the 30 and what I just mentioned on the 15. So therefore, there should be zero FOMO because outside of the 1 hour, you don't really have a playbook position that brings us profit yet. That makes sense? So yeah, we could understand the move going down, completely understood, right? Kind of just wanted to take a sell on my live account just for the hell of it almost, right? Because I almost know price is going to move down, but at the same time we can't, because I'm not profitable trading that way, right? I'm profitable waiting for the playbook setups to show up and then executing. So yeah, just got to wait on that. Just got to wait on that. Yeah, but if you are in sells, I mean, great job. I mean, I understand why the move would happen. Pumped, yeah. Yeah, also we have no bottom wick on the daily, right? So it's good. It's not a bad thing if you're in sells, or at least even looking for sells, right? Because you're anticipating that higher time frame. You got no closure above on resistance. You also have no top wick on that previous daily. 100% can see this daily candle starting to melt back down, break its own low, and basically just close back in the range. Right, so the daily candle today, if it really wants to move bearish, we're just getting started, right? Because if you have this range here, right, and price wants to close back in the range and re-break the low, that means that daily candle by the end of the day probably looks something like this. Get a big rejection outside of it here, right? Again, no top wick, no closure, no lower wick on the current candle. I could totally see something like that by the end of the day here today. Yeah. Yep. Never ending. Yeah, that's true. Going for support? I think so. Yeah, gold should come right into support here now. Bum, bum, bum. Out of all the playbook setups, which one would you say is more consistent? The onion play is the best trade. So I went over the playbook this past weekend, studied all the data on it, and
incoming mail.
And the onion is our most used play. So what that is let's say price is moving up, right? And we are waiting. So we still want to take buys, but we're just waiting on the pullback. So that happens, right? Us waiting for support here and then taking a buy has been the most popular trade of the year, and has also been the most profitable. This trade has put up over, or I should say close to 6 figures in profit this year. $95,000 to be exact in profit. So that's the best trade in the playbook, or I should say the best trading setup. That's why you see us take that one and go a little heavier on our risk when it comes to that one, because that's the best and most used, and honestly makes the most sense, right? When you correlate the higher time frames, that's going to be your best trading setup. Yeah, and we'll look for that here today as well. We'll look for that here today. So again, I'm always open to the buys or the sells. Doesn't really matter to me. It just depends on where we are, at the current moment. So now that we've tapped into support, we're going to see how we react here. 4 hour has come down too to make a potential lower wick. So I think we still got room to move down. Just got to wait maybe for a little pullback now. Yeah, so the onion play would just simply be this, right? If we can get, let's say we get price to move up, right, come back up towards here, create resistance right here. Now we could take our sells to move back down here. So a lot of times too, what I'll find happening is instead of getting all this FOMO right here when there's not even a playbook setup, what I've noticed is if I just wait about an hour, price will come right back up to that entry point, and I'll get an entry from like almost the same area I would have if I took the non-playbook trade right an hour before that. So patience pays, you know what I mean? Price will come back at times, and you'll be able to get a playbook trade that you could be confident in, and trade the data off of if you just wait a little longer. So that's kind of like probably what the plan would be here now. Is if we're really going to continue moving down, we want to see if we could take advantage of that light pullback. Right? Or what will happen is you'll get something like this where price will pretty much close right at support. We get a little pullback like this, right? And then we wait for the closure below the range here, right? A nice closure below the range, and then we can start selling off again from there. Cool. Kill. I'm the best comedian. Growing up, I was always every time, like you remember growing up and like make those little cards. They'd be like, "This is your personality" or whatever. Mine was always funny, so I don't know. I guess people think I'm kind of funny from time to time. Today I lost 5% overall in my funded account. Right now my account is 4% down. What should I do? Should I take a break from trading? Nah, I don't see why not. I mean, you're down 4%, G. Just, figure out how to get it all back up. If you blow the account, you blow the account. You got to get a new one, but no point in taking breaks. No point in taking breaks. You ever see when two people, you ever take a break in a relationship? Hey, honey, we should take a break. Yeah, why don't we do that? These two never get back together, ever. Right? So when you take a break, it's this. There's a good time for a break and a not so good time for a break, man. And I think you should take a break when you could afford one. How about that? How about you take a break after some big payouts? You take a little trip, 2-3 day trip to go to a beach or an island and just chill for a minute. But don't take no breaks during the struggle. Certainly don't take breaks. You ever heard that one saying? If you're going through hell, why would you stop? Just keep moving, G. Just keep moving, right? One foot in front of the other. You gotta make your corrections, right? Don't make the same mistakes over and over again. Stop making the same mistakes and just keep moving. No need for a break. Unless you got some big bag of money in your backyard buried that I'm not aware of, I wouldn't take any breaks, man. You see me taking breaks? Yo, love from Kenya. All right, cool. So we got a rejection out of the zone here. So this is perfect because this now may start to set up what we're looking for here. So we want to see some more play around this area now, right? We want to see price kind of wick out of that zone 1 or 2 more times. So a nice little push down here would be great. Nice rejections, right? If you can kind of start closing like this, then we can look to anticipate the break of the highs at some point, like around 9:15, right? For price to kind of pull back a little bit. So there's a few options here. We just got to see which candles come out. Let's see. Never take a break. No point in breaks, man. In all seriousness, I've seen it too much where trader gets in, trader gets really excited, loses, takes break, and guess what? That break probably leads to like 6 months, right? And then they get all off track, and then they get all excited again, and they're like, you know what? That last strategy, whatever, I'm not going to do that one. I found this new strategy, and this new strategy is going to be the one, right? And then they get all excited. Maybe they take some wins, and then boom, another couple losses. And then what happens is they let 6 months go by, right? And while you let 6 months go by, Aaron has been over here just peeling away day by day by day. He don't care about the ups or the downs. He's just enjoying the journey. He's not stopping at all, right? And within that 6 months, here's what you accomplished, and here's what he accomplished, right? So you got to keep your foot on the gas, gang, right? The time is going by, right? Time is going to go by. So what you do with that time makes all the difference. Are you going to be one of those newbies that start and stop and start and stop and start and stop and never get anywhere? Or are you just going to keep your foot on the gas, not worrying about the ups and the downs, just making your tweaks, getting your experience, getting your reps in, learning the game, and just moving on with it, right? Now you could take a little break, right? If you're going to take a break up here, right? Don't take a break down here. How's my Ignite account doing? Pretty good. Pretty good. How am I managing it? Just one trade at a time. Yeah, just every day I show up, I just look for you guys see what I do. There's nothing I'm doing on the side, gang. Like, I don't have this little secret in my back pocket that somehow helps me do good in trading. Like, everything I'm doing, I'm showing you guys. We trade live in front of you guys every day. You stick to 1 to 2 trades a day. You wait for the good setups. It really doesn't have to be that complicated. It really doesn't. Yeah, you just gotta get your mind right that this thing is done. You're an 8-figure trader, and now just show up and be that, right? Show up and do what that person does, and to be honest, just learn the playbook really well and trade it every day. You know, don't try and do too much. Don't try and think too much. Don't try and have too many like goals that you have to hold yourself to. Like, set a goal, right? Set a plan. Forget about the goal and work the freaking plan. Simple. Simple stuff. You're gonna go up, you're gonna go down, you're gonna take your losses, you're gonna have your wins, your losses, your celebrations. You're gonna have it all along the way. Right? Just don't try and plan it too much. Don't try and be too obsessed with it that you almost hold it back, right? You kind of hold it back on your own. So just lock in and have a good time with it. Instant funded is the best. I like instant funded. I think the other accounts are fine too. If you want to take like an eval or take like a challenge and get, because there's different rules on different account styles, so it's just really all about, you know, what you're going for and what you're trying to accomplish. All right, let's see the 1 hour candle coming back up, 30-minute candle, you know, coming back up here too, so we just got to wait a little bit. Let's go, Sujay. Honey, are you even paying attention to me? Yes, 30-minute close. Wait, what? You want to go in 30-minute closure? What's going on? What time is the Asian session in the London in the clubhouse? Asian starts at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then London starts at 1:30 a.m. Eastern. Here we go, right back up now on Goldie. Right back up. Right back up. Do you think possible 30-minute closures at support could be good? They could be, but now you see how we're running a little bit too much? So we don't want to run too much here if we're going to take the buys. Otherwise, this could be the counter trend push back up for us to, you know, start to sell off again, right? So if we move too high, so what I mean by that is if we close up here, a lot of times what will happen is that next candle will move up only to reject, right? And then what will happen is that'll activate buyers. It'll retest that 15-minute zone, and next thing you know, we're back heading south again, right? So that's where we want to make sure we're precise here and not like execute too high, right? The best entry on this candle would have been the break of its own high, right? But I would have liked to see the candle break the low before impulsively getting in like that. Like we did that a few times last week, but we really didn't get the signal for that today yet. So morning, Chief. What's up, Dan? How are you, bro? It's good. There you go. Get a couple conservative payouts. Take a little 3 to 5 day trip. There you go. That's it. Norbin, probably trade ovate. Session by session, baby. Just because I really don't want you to have to deal with the whole crypto, and you know, I know you just want to move about it. So I actually did activate my Tradeovate account again. So I haven't logged into it forever, man. It's been so long since I've like looked at a chart on TradingView. Wow, it's been a minute. So yeah, so I do have some cash in a Tradeovate futures account, right? I obviously got my Tora account and then Top Step and Top One, all this stuff. So I don't know. Who knows what we're doing over here? This is just the most accounts I ever trade. It's kind of confusing. So I probably won't trade the I don't know. I'm not going to trade all 4 at one time. That's just like a headache. The broker I use for XAU USD is Tora Markets. It's like a sister company to Dominion Markets. For those of you guys that know Raja, so it's basically like their US broker. All right, let's see how these candles start closing. There's the 15-minute closure coming up in 7 minutes. Yeah, hey. The other thing too, gang, is I don't know what happened here. I'm supposed to have a total of 5 XFAs, right? You guys see me line them up on the copy trader the other day, right? Like we did this together, and then I look randomly and there's only 3. So I don't know what's up with Top Step or what's going on there, but I literally only have 3 XFAs here when there should be 5. So I had to email them about that. Like just 2 XFAs just randomly disappeared. Every trade has been taken together, right, on all 5. So I'm not sure where those other 3 have gone, but a little interesting there. They're costing me money though, because I didn't realize Friday it was like that. So yeah, I had to hit them up once I noticed, and I haven't heard back from them yet. But yeah, not only did I pay for those accounts, pass those accounts, pay for the activation fees, and put profits on both the accounts, then they're not here. So yeah, I don't know what's up with Top Step with that. Top Step lets you copy 5. Yeah, they let you copy 5, and even if they only let you copy 3, then where's my other 2? Right, they should be somewhere right here off the copier. So yeah, I don't know what's up there, but we're gonna have to get that solved at some point today. Yo, I had to hit them up. Where them counts at, bruh? Trying to finesse me. I also don't want to say this, because I truly don't know if it's true, but I'm like 90% sure that I had a payout earlier in the year, one of my payouts from Top Step that I didn't even receive. Yeah, again, I can't say that 100%, but I'm pretty sure there's a payout that I never got paid. Yeah. Yeah, I took like 4 payouts all on the same day. And I can't even claim it 100% because I'm not 100% sure, and I don't remember. But I'm pretty sure that I only got 3 of those payouts. They turned me off the copy trading last week. Really? But do you still have all your accounts? Don't be playing with my money. Playing with my money is like playing with my emotions, man. Gotta start counting all them pennies, DJ Scratches, for real. They think they could just jukes you here in this game. John Wick in the house. What up, John Wick? How you feeling, brother? Great to see you, man. Great to see you. Damn, Arpan. I gave you such a great answer to this question earlier. I gave you such a good answer. Just got to go back, man. Got to go back. Where were you at, brother? I answered the question. Just give me my money. Tell him, man. Top Step quaking. Let's say we pass the eval and make some profits and take all payout and account is blown. Would you suggest buy a new eval rather than leaving some profits in the buffer? Yeah, I would say like if you're gonna take half and like you do blow the rest of the account. I've done that on multiple accounts and it's really not that big of a deal. As long as your ROI is positive, and not just by a couple bucks, but like you want to try and be pretty positive, right? Yeah, I would just say it's okay to blow that eval if you've already taken the profits on it. Now don't do it on purpose, right? Like try and hold the eval down as best as you can, but if it does blow, I mean, it is what it is, right? You already made a couple $1,000 on it. You can go buy a new one and just start it all over again. So I've done that plenty of times this year. I've done it. Johnny Gems in the house. Hey, how are you? How's it going, Johnny Gems?
Yo, what up, my man? What's poppin'?
What's Gucci?
What's up, bro? Happy new week. How you feeling?
Great. Excellent. Fantastic. Blessed and highly favored.
Hey.
How about you?
Amen, bro. Likewise, bro. Feeling incredible. Ready to crush this week with discipline. Rinse and repeat, baby. What's up, chat? How y'all feeling? Let's go, Nick. New week of new opportunities, bro. I'm excited.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's good, chat? Hope everyone's feeling good. Ready to be disciplined to their trading rules today. Happy Monday.
Yes, sir. Can I show you? Yeah, it's just XAU USD. So, what broker are you on? Billy O'Neill. There he is. Oh, futures. Oh, okay. No, you got to type in GC. Yeah. GC. See it right here? GC. And then if you're on Tradeovate, does anyone have the current futures gold? What's it called here? Symbol? Anybody? Because I actually have to log into my Tradeovate.
What's up, B21? What up, bro?
Yo, last week was solid, gang. Solid. Got my payout approved pretty fast, too, this time. It was approved by Saturday. But went ahead and did this $10,000 withdrawal on Friday with y'all. So that got approved pretty quickly, and now we move on. So 10K on Friday, 10K last Friday. I think we did 7K or 8K 2 weeks before that, and then that big one that we did about probably I'd say a month ago now for 60K. So it's been good. It's been good. I'm looking forward to dumping some more into a futures broker here too.
Top G. Let's go.
Oh, GCZ5.
Yeah, GCZ5. You gonna wait for Project X or?
Possibly. You know, I'll kind of have a little bit of patience here. Yeah. What up, Lights Fire? There he is. What's up, brother? How are you? Hope you had a good weekend. JDZ in the house. What's a good journal template?
Yo, what's up,
You
boys?
could use TradeZella. I also have a free journal that you can use. If you just hit like an exclamation point journal in the chat, you guys can use that one. That was the one that I used for like 2-3, like maybe 3 years, and I thought that one was perfectly fine. It's a free journal, and it definitely helps out a lot journaling your trades. Oh man, John's not on video. One sec. Here we go. There he goes. There he goes. There he is.
How you done?
There he is.
Who's ready to be great?
The big baller picked up the check on Friday night. I was like, okay.
Chow was being disrespectful, bro.
Ah, the boy.
They're saying you cover every bill.
Keep telling him that, chat. Like, Nick covers all the bills, John. Take over. Step it
I
up.
had to say it was just talk. Yeah, great weekend, bro.
Bump.
Yeah, how's my mic sound?
A little loud. If you could lower it a little smidge bit, that'd be awesome. Maybe not loud, but I think it's louder than mine.
Got you.
And I must be the loudest. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
That's facts, bro. That's facts.
Switching from FX to
this,
futures. Let's go. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. Just passed the combine and would like to know what would be reasonable risk to reward per day in order to respect the consistency rule. So I just look at the consistency rule and I just follow it. So basically it just depends. If you want to take a payout at that first like payout point, then I would just follow the consistency rule. So for instance, like if you have a 50K with top one futures, the consistency rule is going to be 20%, right? So that means on any given day, that 20% is going to equal $600. Right? So what I would do is I would just follow that every day. So as long as my winners are anywhere between $1 and $600, that's good to go. You'll follow that consistency rule. And then once you get to, 3,000? Yeah, once you get to 3,000 in profit, you can now withdraw 2,500 of that. So that's the way I would do it. That's the way I am doing it on my instant accounts, is just get this 3K, withdraw the 20. I think you're going to get like 2,200 or something like that after it's all said and done. 2,200 right after top one's fee, and then boom, now you got $2,200 and you can bank the withdrawal, maybe continue to trade the accounts. And like I was saying, somebody else asked in the clubhouse, like even if you do blow the account, it's all good, right? You just go back and get a couple more accounts. So yeah, that's the way I would do it.
Yeah, facts.
Like I think a perfect example was the other day, about a month ago, where I had the 100K account. So I bought 100K for $100. Right, I passed it, so I got 1 day, 2 days it took me to pass it. So 100 plus I had to pay the activation fee, which was $150, totaling in $250 investment, right? And then now after I passed that, I went on and for the next 5 days put up $200 plus on the account. Actually, the total was about $4,000. After 5 days, I got to withdraw half of that, right? Because you could take half. So I got to withdraw $2,000. And at the end of it, I had 2K, right? And basically from there, I got to minus my initial investment, which was $250, right? $250. And then that comes out to what? Like, 17, yeah, $1,750 or something like that, yeah. So my overall ROI here on a $250 investment was a $1,750 profit, right? So you got to look at the ROI. And then again, going back to now, you still have this account with 2K in it, which you should be able to keep building, but it's okay if you don't, right? Because again, the ROI is there. Unfortunately, you have to go back into this process if you do blow it, but I mean, it is what it is, right? You still made $1,700 in a week, and now you can go back and do this process again. And even if it took you a little bit longer, like 10 days or 14 days, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, right? At least you're still making some money, and then kind of getting yourself into the flow of things. So yeah, but this is how quick you can get a payout and an ROI. By the way, I wasn't even trying to do too much, right? I was closing partials, wasn't really holding much, and I still put up 4K. I could have put up 9K, 10K, 12K, and this could have been way bigger, right? Had I actually kind of tried a little bit more on this one. I just wanted to secure a nice payout in 5 days, so I took it pretty easy on the account. So yeah, but that's how quick, 7 days, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days, and you can qualify yourself for a payout.
But I really do it much either, just staying consistent with running the play, just showing up consistently and consistently following the plan, right? And money comes with that. So yeah, you didn't really do too much besides keep it simple.
That's it. Pretty much. 1 hour candle, right back up. Literally right back up. Crazy.
Wanted some, supports, buy-off supports here, but no supports here.
Yep. Would have loved for this candle here to close. If this candle would have closed like this instead, with none of that wick at the top or anything, we would have been in there.
That would fire.
Yeah.
It will come. Off go, we keep waiting.
Yes, sir. 1 hour right back up now. So 6 minutes left on the 1 hour candle. Let's take a peek at ES here because we are waiting for some 1 hour action. Nothing. Nothing. We broke the lows. So we talked about this 1 hour potentially closing back above. Same deal on the 30. So we'll see if we can get that too. Okay, I got your point. I also made a max loss 1% per day, but not able to follow it. Is this a reoccurring thing? What to do? You got to follow it, brother. That's it. You know, like you have to stand by your rules, right? The thing is, like, let's say you work for me. So let's say I'm your boss, which I never want to be your boss. But let's just say I was, and you work for me, right? And I bark at you. You must follow this plan, otherwise you're going to get fired from here, right? And you're going to be like, oh my God, okay, yes, sir, I'll do it, right? And you will follow this plan, right? If you worked for me, right? If you wanted to keep your job, I bet. So if I said, hey, you know, you keep doing this one thing, right? You need to set the max loss at 1% and you don't do it. Guess what? I'm going to bark at you and I'm going to say, you're fired. And then you're going to have to leave the job, right? But most likely I'm not going to have to do that because the thought of you being fired is strong enough to get you to listen to me, aka your boss. Now in trading, the problem is you don't have a boss. So guess who's got to be the boss? You, right? So you have to boss yourself around. You have to hold yourself accountable to that rule. You have to keep in mind why you're doing this so that way you can stay consistent, right? You have to focus day in and day out, moving with intention, because it's your business, it's your company, it's your future, it's your trading, it's your life. No one's coming to save you, right? No one's going to be there to boss you around here. It's going to be up to you. And I think that's one of the most difficult parts for entrepreneurs and traders is that you got to be your own boss. So that means you got to boss yourself around and make sure you're holding yourself accountable to your dreams and goals. And that's just how it is. You know, that's just how it is. So you got to set a rule in place and you can't not do it. It's just, you know, you just can't not break the rule. You can't self-sabotage. It's going to keep you in a hole.
And that is your reality too. Like if you don't do the job, you will get fired. And in trading, you can get fired without getting fired. Meaning you won't get the income that the job has, right? You won't get the potential income that the job potentially can give you unless you do the job. So still, you're not going to get any income without doing your job. So technically you're still getting fired, right? And you still don't have the job. So yeah, man, you know, rules are meant to be disciplined to, right? Meant to follow them and obey them. So 100%. It's just potential, right? The rules is just potential. It becomes powerful though, and very powerful with the potential it has when you start being disciplined to it.
Very true. Very true. So what will you do, boss? What will you do? When I first started, did I deal with self-sabotage? 100%. 100%. And no matter how much I listen to Raja or Don or this guy or this thing or that person or that deal or that, none of them were going to help me stop self-sabotaging. It was going to be on me. So again, I had to remember why I was doing this. I had to remember my dream, my vision, my goal. I had to remind myself every day. I had to play these mind games to say, hey, today we don't mess up, right? There's nothing wrong with having to say that to yourself day in and day out. Today, we don't mess up. Today, we stick to the plan. This is how you rewire your brain, right? It's how you rewire your mind to program it to trade like a winner, right? Trade like the best trader you can be. Is, hey, today, I'm not going to overtrade. I'm not going to over risk. I'm going to look to take one, maybe two good trades today, and I'm out of here before I ruin it, right? And that's the day. That's how I would do it every day. It was almost like a bank robbery. I would get in and get out, escape, close my charts, and leave because I knew if I kept those charts open, I would continue to self-sabotage. So I think I'm going to make a video on YouTube, and we're going to call it Set Systems, Not Goals. right? Don't set goals, set systems, right? Set systems that are going to lead you to the quote unquote goal or your vision or your desired outcome. You know what I mean? And then follow those systems day in and day out. That way you don't self-sabotage yourself and hurt yourself. You just follow the system that, you know, is designed to help you win.
Word, bro. And honestly, like you should write down your trading rules every single day until until you reprogram into your mind. You know, like you want to get it, you want to get it ingrained in your head through repetition that this is the new way we're thinking, the new way we're acting, right? So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah, especially if you're not,
day, man, if that's what it takes to remember them.
Yep. If you're not able to follow your rules every day, then you should definitely write them down every day. You know, you ever seen The Simpsons, or like back in the day, like they used to give people like detention and make them write things? That's what you should do. Write the plan, like Bart Simpson, right? Over and over and over. I can't even tell you how many times I've done this. I've done this. You go look at some of my notebooks, it's weird. It is. It's just weird. But it works.
Just like your goals, right? Most people are writing their goals every day upon rising and before going to bed, right? Honestly, same thing with your trading rules too. Write it down every day. Because what's going to give you the better, just like trading, what gives you the better probability, the better odds of being disciplined to your plan, right? Just showing up to your trading day, or showing up to your trading day after writing down your trading rules, right? What gives you the better chance of being disciplined? And that's what you should go with. Just think about that, right? Two different traders with two different routines upon coming to the desk. One of them just shows up to the desk right after getting out of bed. One of them reviews his trading rules before he comes onto the desk, right? Just think about it.
Just think about it. There he is, Rafi, the man of the hour. What a Webby. What a webinar this past weekend. Holy.
Rafi.
Not gonna lie, I was tapped in. Bro.
In a different dimension.
We went somewhere.
Went somewhere for sure. I went to my goals.
Yo, I have this video. I never like posted or anything, but I was like coming out of like my meditation. I'm like, guys, I'm back from the future. Like it was crazy. I was still like halfway. Like I wasn't back through the door yet. It's crazy video. It was in the sauna too, so you already know. Like,
I love a good meditation sesh. Rafi hosted that one amazingly.
Yeah.
So calm and stuff.
You see my story, Alea meditating?
Yeah.
I wonder where she learned that from, gang. I wonder where she learned that from.
YouTube. No, I'm kidding. Exactly.
You know what's so cool? You can see her tap in. She takes a nice breath and you can see where it clicks. And then you can see this overwhelming emotion on her face in a way. Like if you look good enough, you'll see her tapping into some sort of vision, right? Because we're all designed to do that. We don't need to train ourselves. You know, our being already knows how to do that type of stuff. So that's why little kids tend to do everything better, right? And quicker and faster and understand it because, you know, we're already programmed to do that. The issue is the matrix deprograms us, right? So they kind of like shift our programming into what they want it to be versus what it should naturally look like. So all right, Goldie.
Nothing.
Yeah, I mean it's not. We're in a funky place here, right? We're in a real weird spot right now on gold. So you don't want to get too jumpy. Wait for the volume. Remember what I was explaining earlier? You might get like a break of the highs and then a closure back below. And if that happens, I'm going to take these sells here to move back down through the range and then potentially even further down.
Yeah, I wanted to catch the buys a little bit lower.
Same.
Right at like that support resistance now.
Yep. This closure will lead us right into 930. So this is what we drew from the jump here too, is if you can get that fake out back below now, right? And this happened here. Now you got 930. We should easily move down here for partials and then continue moving, further down as that volume continues to run.
I like that. Yeah, way better. Less is more.
Yeah.
Quality over quantity.
Yep. Patience on a Monday. That's right, DJ Scratches. That's right.
Exactly. One moment of patience can save you from a crappy trade. I'd rather wait on it.
Mr. BTC, yeah, I think we're a little too... Yeah. The issue, I really wish our 4-hour looked much more bearish than it does, right? Because this thing looks like it could just continue to launch, right? So that's the issue here with this daily. I think I'd rather trade along the idea today that this candle will come down to make a low, to break that low, close back below the range, especially with this guy not having a top wick either. And then these are our all-time highs here. So I'm not like trying to call the top or anything, but I think that idea makes a little bit more sense today on a Monday for us to get some sort of rejection out of that daily time frame. Because again, this is the range. We're still in the range, right? You got support here. You have resistance here. We have not closed outside of that range yet. So what's the chances that after we close with no top wick, right at a resistance, that this candle could potentially pop up, right? And if it doesn't have a lower wick on it, it can most likely start to head south again, right? And break that low to close back in this range here. So on a Monday, right? So that's kind of the idea. Otherwise, the buys, I'd probably just let those go, right? Especially from where they are right now, unless we get another move back down to take the buys. Otherwise, the sells, the idea is as valid as they come, right? No closure above, no top wick, no lower wick. A lot of volume coming in here over the next probably 2 hours or so, where we could start to get a push back down. So that's probably the idea I'd rather bank on a little bit more here today than trying to take a buy at 37.55 here. Got a lot of room to move down too, by the way. I think that could just be the start of it if we want to switch the trend here. But our 4-hour needs to shape up a little bit. We need to stay bearish.
I feel you, bro.
But no right or wrong plan. Like if you like the buys from here, you like them. If that's not a big deal either. I think we can move up towards like 61 here as well, right? And get a big, push up and then maybe come down, or maybe we just continue moving bullish all day, right? But what plan do I really want to bank on according to the playbook? Probably that one, right? The higher time frame, lower time frame correlation, that probably going to make the most sense, unless we could have took these buys, from somewhere down in this area here. But now that we're all the way up here, it doesn't really make that much sense.
I agree.
And we talked about this too, about us potentially taking our sells. Remember we talked, because we didn't take these sells here because we didn't get a closure, right? So if we actually come back down, close back below, look where we're now taking our sells from. Right? Look left, right where we would have took them earlier if we broke our plan pretty much. So you may get the same exact entry, just, you had to wait a little longer. Boom, 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 boom. What up, Chala? There he is. I gotta crack my knuckle. There we go. Inverted celery in which direction? The Galleria.
Yo.
Let's see. What do I think about the 1 hour rejection? Yeah, I see it. I see the 1 hour rejecting that support. But again, the issue here is like, we want to, if we're going to reject that support, we want to kind of get it at the
Live life, can't help myself.
This looks very similar to the Asian trade that we took day night, right? Where we respected the 1 hour. The 30-minute had a little bit of a smaller wick than that, but it's still kind of, remember, it flipped bearish and drove down. So that's kind of like what we're running into here now. Yeah, let's just hang tight. Let's just hang tight.
Just gotta wait.
We got more resistance here, so let's see what we do.
See, what we're doing right now, Chad, is practicing patience. You know, we're building our patient muscle. We're making it stronger. Just by practicing patience, you make your patience stronger.
Yep. Let's go, Elijah. Let's get it, brother. Hey, as long as you got the car ready to go, we're straight, brother. We're straight.
What up, Elijah? What up, man?
Elijah Hall coming for it, baby. He's coming for it.
He is.
Exactly, TK. Still moving forward.
Yep. TK.
You know, I love that about the clubhouse, too. It's like, you know, not everyone, but a lot of people that do end up having to, like, leave the clubhouse for, let's say, a month or two. Like, they always send these nice messages in, and, like, that's how you can tell the clubhouse is really providing a lot of value, because otherwise, you know, our retention rate would be nowhere near near where it is. And then, like, just the genuine, like, messages, right? Like, hey, man, I'm like Elijah, for instance, yo, I got to get some things done on my car. Once that's done, I'm back. Like, you know what I mean? It's so cool to see, like, people getting value, and, you know, they're really loving the clubhouse in general, right? The vibes there, the service there. And, yeah, they make it a point to get back in as soon as possible, because it really is something special in there.
That's facts. Yes, sir. We'll be waiting for you, Elijah.
Yes, sir. We'll be here winning, brother. Rooting you on and ready to welcome you back in.
Yes, sir. Whenever you're ready.
Looks like we're still in the London range. Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, I'd like to catch the sells here. So let's wait 4 minutes for the 15-minute.
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. You know, traders sometimes think they need to do more, but really what they need to do is less, right? Like right now, we really don't need to do much. We just need to chill and just wait. So we really don't need to do anything.
Am I a live trader with Top Step? No, I'm not. No. I blow too many accounts for that. Yeah, usually when I get payouts, I end up blowing the accounts. So I don't think they like that much. Oh, Billy O'Neill coming back. I miss Billy's face, man.
Facts, bro.
I missed the B21. Yes, sir.
Facts, bro. Excited for you to come back, B21.
Me too, bro. Oh, nice, Legion. That's awesome. Yeah, that's the cool part about trading is, like, we don't even have to trade the same way, but the mentality and the mindset and the thought process, that stuff never changes, right? Like, no matter what you do, successful principles remain successful principles, right? Like, they don't really change that much, even regardless of what niche you're in or what you do for work or whatever. Like, the success principles very rarely change. Why do I blow accounts? I'm a trader. You know, traders, especially like a prop firm trader, right? Prop firm traders are going to blow accounts. I don't think there's many prop firm traders that would really hold accounts for a year or longer. Sometimes when you take the payout, right, like you're gonna leave yourself only a little bit of that buffer left. So again, as I explained it earlier with that ROI, right, as long as I'm receiving an ROI on it and I get a payout, I don't have much worries, you know? Yeah. I don't have too many worries.
That technically matters more in terms of, like, financial standpoint, the ROI versus, you know, like, how long you keep the account, right? Yeah. I guess.
Yep.
Makes more sense. Because if you keep an account for a year but your ROI is negative, I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Alpha.
Yeah, I don't do it on, like, purpose, but, like, if it happens, like, of course, like, I'm going to try and keep the account, right? But I'm also not going to like let that stop me from even going big on some trades and stuff. And I'm a little bit more free at that point. I kind of consider myself playing with the house's money, right, at that point. So I'll go a little bigger and try and get that next payout like even fatter than the first one. And I did do that this year on my 150K accounts, but that was pretty much it. Every other account, I took a nice payout on it, and then, you know, basically in a way wasted the account. Whereas like kind of risked the drawdown for a good start on that next cycle, and just, you know, got hit. So it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. But again, as long as that ROI is there, then I'm pretty cool with it as a business owner.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And still never at the same time, like the fact that you could take that small amount left and, you know, still build into something good, right? As long as there's capital in there to leverage, we could still leverage it, you know? So still at the same time, right? You know, don't accept the account like as gone when there's still some drawdown in there.
Yeah.
Keep doing your thing.
What account size do I recommend? I like 50s and 100Ks. Yeah, I haven't traded 150 in a while, but I like the 50s. If you're going to do top one, 50s are really good. Top step, I like to go with the hundreds, just because you got the no consistency on the that second part, and then you can kind of just run up whatever you like. So yeah, other than that, I like the 50s for instant, and then the hundreds for like a combine. Yeah, like if I go ahead and blow my live account, then that's an issue. You know what I mean? So you will never catch me doing stuff like that, like blowing a live account capital or anything. But the funded stuff, I don't take as, I don't want to say as serious, but again, some of you guys know my little joke with like the whole like Jake Paul boxing and real boxing, and that's kind of the way I see prop firms and stuff like that. So.
Because again, when you lose the account, you're not losing 50K, 100K. You're just losing that original investment you put in, right? Which for me, if I get a 50K, my original investment is a $200, right? Say I go through it with one shot, right? Not counting any other shots, you know, I buy accounts. So that's really what you're losing is that $200 fee. So just keep that in mind too. Some of us act like we lost 50K, right? Don't lie.
Yeah, you didn't lose
really
50K.
$200, right? So.
So the live account, I trade slightly differently. A lot of times when I hit like my partials, or let's say I hit like the consistency rule over here. So let's say consistency, I can only make $600, right, on the trade. And let's say that 600, let's say it just gets hit like right here, right? Where like, if there's still more room to go, I'll hold on the live account, right? I'll kind of go break even and then just hold and try and get a little bit more out of it. And that's about it. You know, that's really it. I don't really do much anything else different. Sometimes on the live account, I won't go break even as quick as I would on the funded account, because again, the funded account gets hit. Next thing you know, you're in the hole. Next thing you know, like you broke a rule, right? Where I know that if my live account takes a hit, it doesn't matter. I could just keep trading and keep trading and keep trading and, you know, get that. Like I took a $10,000 hit on my live account, like what, a month and a half ago, which I took that same exact hit on both accounts, right? So this is the way the funding account went. I was up. It was 350Ks with top one. I was almost at a payout. A payout was like right here. Almost at a payout. Boom. Took some hits. Blown account, right? Where on my live account, I was moving, right? And although we took a hit, it didn't matter, right? Because I just got it back, right, in a couple days or next week, and it just kept moving. Where this dip right here is a blown account on a funded account, right? But on a live account, it's just a dip. It's just some drawdown, right? It's just something that you can come right out of. So again, when you blow these accounts here with the prop firms, This is designed to make you feel stupid, right? To get you to feel like you can't trade that well, to mess with you emotionally, right? You ever see someone take a foul shot and it's like a championship game and it's an away game and they're trying to distract the guy, they're trying to mess with his mind in sports? This is what that does to the trader, right? Where on my live account is ain't a thing but a chicken wing, right? Just moving up, moving down, moving up. We can recover that loss. It's a big one, whatever. We can get it back, and we do get it back. But over here, I got to go whip my debit card out. I got to go on the website. I got to go the walk. In golf, they call it the walk of shame, where like if you could walk to your ball, right, you got to kind of like walk over there and hit it. So they call it like the walk of shame, right? Here, this is what the prop firms try and do to you. Screw them, right? You ain't walking. There should be no shame here. But that's what they want you to think. That's the emotions they want to rally up in you, right? Because they want you to basically, in a way, believe that you're not that good of a trader, right? So you could keep buying prop firm accounts, right? Where, again, in the live account, it's totally different. You take that loss on the chin and you just keep it moving, right? You get it back eventually. So there's a psychological effect when it comes to this route versus that route when it comes to minor losses that could be made up that unfortunately end up being blown accounts with prop firms. So I don't even know if any of that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I feel like I just butchered that whole thing, but yeah.
Basically what you're saying, like, because prop firm rules, right, they can be a little bit more stricter, right, on the trader, obviously. And a trader, a consistently profitable trader's P&L should be looking like an uptrend. Right, and what you're saying is basically when you're making that higher low, sometimes with these trailing drawdown rules from these prop firms, right, that have more restricted rules on the trader, right, that higher low is totally normal in the consistently profitable trader's P&L, but sometimes that higher low in the funded route can stop you, can blow up an account for you because of some of the rules, right? So versus a live account, not rules really besides your own, right? Keep floating up and down, right? So that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
At least, and hopefully that makes sense to others.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, Goldie. Staying put here.
Maybe next 15 minutes.
Hey, just give me 1 sec. I'll be right back, right?
All right. Yeah, let's see what 9:30 has in store for us today, fam. On this lovely Monday, we got 1,000 people in the house. W. Hey, give the stream if you like. Give the stream a like if you can. If you enjoyed what you're listening to, enjoyed Nick dropping some gems on us. Yeah, good conversation here on the prop firms and the difference between a prop firm and a live account. Yeah, hopefully everyone's catching some value in that. Makes a lot of sense to me. You know what Nick was saying. What up, OnlyBands? What up, man? How you doing? Yeah, 9:30 a.m. Think maybe setting up here. A little bit more patience. A little bit more patience here. What's up, JR? What up, man? But how was everyone's weekend? Everyone have a good weekend? Anyone do anything fun? Yeah, my weekend was pretty good. Kind of just chilled out. Did some things with the girl. Got to link up with Nick. Got some dinner with him. Hit up the pool a bit. Yeah, Jay-Sun, same, man. I always look forward to Mondays. Yeah, when the weekend comes around, I always like to enjoy my weekend and stuff, but I'm always thinking about Monday. Back to business. Back to making progress, all of it. Back to the charts, really. Really back to the charts and back to trading with the squad. What up, Allison? Hello. Stream like W. Let's go. Yeah, iPhone Benji, man, I see that. Yankees killing it. Yup, let's go. Oh, DJ Scratch is awesome, man. It's W, bro. Love to hear that. Yeah, again, big congrats to you, bro, on that first payout. Awesome, man. Awesome job. Well earned, dude. Glad you got to spend spend some time with the fam as well this weekend. And used it for some dinner, right? So W, man. Awesome. On to the next. Yes, sir, Billy O'Neill. Same here, bro. Yep, we closed the month off just the way we started off, right? We start the month off with discipline, and we close the month off with discipline. Yeah, I mean, a trader's job is really so simple when you understand how everything works and stuff. It's really just a rinse and repeat process every day, right? It's the same thing, just different day, So, yeah, same process, same job day in, day out. That's the beautiful thing about it. What up, Davy Jones? Hello. Nice, man.
Yeah, cool.
Did some recording sessions for some musicians. Nice, man. Yeah, same here. Humble Analyst. Excited for a new week. Yeah, one of the beautiful things about Monday is that we have all week, right? We have all week left here for opportunities. It's awesome. Yup. We got a lot of people taking payouts here in the clubhouse, a lot of people getting funded. It's just amazing, right? It's exactly what we talk about, which is money is the byproduct of just following your system, right? And that's what a lot of people are testing out and seeing for themselves, which is a beautiful thing.
Shout out
Magnus in the house.
Shout out to DJ Scratches, baby. Did anyone not see that coming? Like, my guy was, what did he said something the other day. He said, bro, I'm on it like a crackhead type deal. Like, this man's been studying. His goal's been right in front of his computer desk at all times. He wasn't watching his goal. His goal was watching him, gang. Right? His goal was making sure he was doing what it took before it came into fruition for him. Right? So I know when you guys are looking at your goals, like, I always have my goal right here with me. And I always think, you know what, I'm just looking at my goal, but you know what? My goal is looking at me. And my goal is making sure that I'm lining up according to what I need to be doing, right? For that goal to align and to be in my life. So that goal, DJ Scratches, it was staring at you.
Literally.
It was staring at you.
Literally, bro. Not surprised at all with DJ, man.
Nah.
That man's been cooking.
Nope.
That one was, like I said, well earned, right? You earned that one. You put the work in for that. So no surprise there.
Congrats. Knew that was coming.
One of many for sure. That's only one, again, of many coming your way, sir. So amazing job.
How old am I? I think age is a complete scam, so I don't do age, but I was born in 1990. So
You were,
whatever number you want to put at it. My spiritual being manifested into a physical being in 1990, and I've been here ever since. And I'm looking forward to going back to where I came from. But for now, we're gonna enjoy the party.
Yo, Chad, are we still counting age? Like, what the hell, man?
Nah, we don't do. I'm one. Every year I celebrate my first birthday.
Bro, don't come with me with that age crap.
Let's go, Lights Fire. Let's go, Lights Fire.
Stop counting age, count actions.
Jay Coop making it happen. Performance over profits here. Let's go. Let's go.
Jay Coop looking nice there, bro. Keep it up.
Yeah.
See, you run the system and money comes with it. Awesome.
Yo, Tony Gold, let's get it. Let him go ham, baby. You know what you got to do? You got to take them to a good spot for lunch around like 2 p.m. That's typically when everyone's back at their cubicle. All the other guys are back digging in the ground. The jackhammers are going, and the restaurants are empty. And you look over at your bride and you say, you know what, honey? I had him shut the whole restaurant down here for us today. Even though you didn't have to do that. He's like, look, baby, it's just me and you. Get used to this. Tell her, get used to this lifestyle. We're talking to Nick's number.
Thanks, bro.
Snap. All right, these sells are actually not looking bad here. We got about 2 minutes. I am pretty bearish for the most part. So if we do get any sort of bearish confirmations, closures, we're going in. We're going in. Yeah, something like this, and that should do it for me to get into these sells here at 9:30. Not going to need much of a top wick. We're going to have a lot of volume coming in, so anything, remotely good is going to work out, and we'll see how it goes.
And guess what, bro? It's about
a what?
9:32. It's
Yep.
about to be 9:30 also.
High volume time.
Yep.
Yeah, there may also be an opportunity for like an impulse entry here too at 9:30 on the break of the lows. So that's a possibility here as well. We'll see, we'll see about that. We share the same birthday? Hey, yo, let's go. The 5th of May. 5th of May. Cinco de Mayo. Good morning, Futures Lore. How are you, brother? What copy trader do I use? I use the one. No, I don't use one that's separate from Top Step or Top One. I just use theirs. Yeah. Is there still anything that like flusters me when it comes to trading? Sometimes I think mainly just sometimes like stupid stuff like this. Like I want to get all of us into these trades, and I want to call the best trades for the team and stuff like that. So maybe sometimes where I want to call this for you guys and for me and stuff, but it just doesn't work. I mean, I guess maybe that gets me a little flustered, but just because I want to see y'all win and us win and all that. But other than that, nothing really.
Nah, that's facts. I agree.
If you know, like a streamer would know, kind of how that feels. Like you want to call out the best trades for your community, and even sometimes when price is going to run, you can't go into that FOMO or whatnot. So all right, 9:30 coming up, me friends. Let's see what we got here. Taking impulse entries before GT6. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. All right, here we go. So we got the closure. So I think one more tap here, and if we probably break these lows, you're gonna most likely see a push here at 9:30. That 1 hour is still ready to go here. So I may have a sell stop on the break of the 1 hour lows here. Current 1 hour low. That's gonna be this previous 30 low here. So yeah, I think I'm gonna base this off the 1 hour time frame, kind of like we did the other day. Stops are a little steep. So what I would say is if you like the 1 hour, which I currently do, have the sell stop there. Probably gonna go start with one contract. If this plays out a little bit nicer for us and we actually get a 15 closure below, then we could probably up the size here and go much heavier. But until then, I do want to get a head start on the trade here. I like the 1 hour. I like the idea that if this 1 hour breaks the low, that 4 hour starts coming crashing back down again here. So we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. We got the volume here. So 4th of May. Okay, let's go. 4th of May. I dig it. All right, yeah, we may run into a lot of volume here, chat. A lot of volume here on this 1 hour break of the low. So we really don't have much in our way here on the 1 hour either. So there's no like resistance or anything like that sitting here. So if we do break the low, it looks pretty good to keep moving. Boom, boom, boom. 4th of May. Let's go. What do we got here? We got about 60 pips to come down into that range here too. So but we got to break the 1 hour low. We can't do it off of this low here. The current low, yeah, like that 15, because again, we could just pop right back up here on the 15. So we really want to see the 1 hour lows break, not the 15-minute lows. Bump, bump, bump. Stops are going to have to be probably the 1 hour current candle high, right? Unless you want to set your stops somewhere back in the range here, which is fine as well. Because again, if we break the 1 hour lows, we should not come back and return into this overall range here, right? So we start breaking that low. There's no point for this candle to break the lows and then come back above. So somewhere back in the range should be pretty good. Same birthday as me. He's 6. Okay. Let's go. Let's go. Good birthday to have, actually. May 5th. Bump, bump. All right, here we go. Here we go.
Right back
All right,
down.
there's the 1 hour low. Let's see. Let's see how we do. Yeah, we're aiming for this wick fill here. So let's see if we can get the wick to get filled. Right? And then potentially like let runners go. Yeah, if you get a closure below here too, that should lead to a big, big runner today. Pass my challenge. All right, Ty Hill, let's go. W.
W.
Take it. We'll take it.
Congrats.
Passing the challenge, baby. Passing the challenge. All right, perfect. Looking good here. I think we can move stops to break even now. Yeah, stops go to BE. And then, yeah, partials coming up here. So I would say probably around like 49, right? Close some partials there as you run into that support. But I am going to close partials on Top Step. I unfortunately didn't get this on my live account. And then this account here has one contract. So, yeah. Partials closed at 30, or I should say 26 pips. And let's see if we can get the rest to go. Yeah, there it is. Perfect. Good trade. I'm going to be fully out right there at support. So good trade. Good trade. Just what we drew up. Really just what we wanted. A little awkward with the impulse idea, but we got about 30 or so. 35, and that'll be it. Yeah, full closure on Top Step there too. And we'll take it. A little 770 times 3. And then what do we get here? 270. Lovely. Perfect. Nice trade. Let's just mark it up here. Boom. Partials. And then, yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Good trade. Where we at? Let's mark it up here real quick. Boom. And that's it. Yeah, we'll see if break even gets hit. If not, we'll take our... Oh, we actually got like... Oh, no, I think the entry was more so here. Yeah, about 35. We got about 35 on that. On to the next. Monday profits. Monday profits. Unfortunately, I did not get to snag that on my live account. Sniper exit. Yeah.
Like always.
Like always. BE, yeah, if you got break even, that's fine too. Letting that one run wouldn't be a bad idea. Nice job, J. Coop. Very nice, very nice. Huh. Wow, look at this. Running, baby. Running this month. Clubhouse looking great. Clubhouse looking great. So we wanted to take advantage of the volume. We didn't have the best setup there. We wanted to take advantage of the volume. It's Monday. We want to take the profits that we have when we have them, and that worked out. Yeah, it worked out. Yeah, let's do the trade breakdown. Yep. How do you have to manage the trade? I only opened this one on Top Step and Top One. I don't have the ability. Clearly, I don't have the ability to manage on all these accounts because I forgot to take it on my live. Yeah, I didn't get it here. Yeah, so I don't have the ability to manage. Done for the day. Let's go, Elijah. Still eating. He's still eating. He never says exactly when he takes the trades, I've noticed. Whoa. Brother, I always say it. We planned this. We talk about the trades before like the candles even close. We talk about entries. We talk about management. We talk about stops. We talk about the reasons why, the higher time frame, the lower time frame. We break it all down, brother. $527 on a 50K. Let's go. Great job. Great job. He's just messing with us, man. He's messing with us.
He's trolling.
You might have had us on mute or something.
Not paying attention.
Yeah. Okay, let's explain this. Let's run through it. Bro even drew it up 4 to 5 possible outcomes before. We literally drew like 5 different ideas. Okay, we either get this one, that one, this one. If we get this one, we do that. If we get that one, we do this. If we do this, we get that. I mean, it couldn't get more clear than that. Anyway, let's talk about this. We kept a bearish bias for the most part here today, right? So we really wanted to see if we can get the sells earlier, right, around this area here. This was around 8:15 in the morning. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get it, right? We had this candle right here close above resistance. The next bearish candle closed, above support here with like no lower wick. So would have loved to get into the sell opportunities at that point, but I'm way more concerned with performance than profits. Right, so this isn't the correct trade. I'm not profitable on trades like this where candles close with no wick above supports and I take sells. Like that very rarely works out for me, right? So we don't take that trade. We want to perform the best that we can here today. So we let that go. As we let it go, we knew why the move would happen. We knew we'd come tap into this area. That area was also a 1-hour support here as well. So we understood the bearish move, right? And now once we got down there, we started to look for the buys, right? To say, okay, we're tapping into support. Maybe if we could take buys somewhere around this area here, let me make it a little bit more clear. If we could take our buys somewhere around this area here, then we could look to go long, right? Back up towards like 37.54. So we can kind of retest that area, maybe even retest that 30-minute zone. So did we get the opportunity? No, we don't. Do we cry? Do we quake? Do we get FOMO? Do we do all that? No, we don't, right? We just remain patient, right? Now, you get this candle that closes above, and for most people, they're going to throw their discipline right out the window here and take those buys a little too high. So what we talked about was the buys, the closure here, the break of the highs, liquidity being grabbed, and then the opportunity to maybe come down at 9:30, right? So we didn't get exactly what we were looking for, right? What I would have loved to see is this closure here, right? Something like that, so we can confidently take those sells. But we still had the direction, right? We still had the fact that price was rejecting the highs here, right? We couldn't really get anywhere. We had this overall bearish kind of bias going on here. Plus you had high volume coming in, right? So if we're not going to take the buys here, this is most likely just going to be a new lower high for price to continue driving further. That was the read here. Again, we didn't get the closure we looked for. We banked on the impulse trade based off of the 1-hour break of the low. So once that 1 hour broke its own low, that was our opportunity to get a wick fill and really just get into this zone right here. Anywhere between like this little, I think you guys call it like an order block or something. Is this called an order block? Whatever this is called, right? We want to see if we can get anywhere in this overall box here, right? And that's where we want to close our partials. So we just did nip the top of it, and that was enough to close partials here today. Yeah. So, little tricky on the, let's say like the 30-minute time frame, but very, very clean on the 1 hour time frame. And also the idea of the bias, direction, all that stuff kind of goes into play here as well. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Any questions? It should be pretty straightforward. All those different trade possibilities are just confusing to new people. Well, we didn't talk about all those right at the trade, right? I mean, once we talked about those throughout our session, right? So obviously throughout your session, you're going to get different ideas. So once we're down here, we're going to have an idea, right? If we're somewhere over here, we're going to have an idea. Right? If we start getting the rejections now, we're going to have an idea. So there's nothing wrong as a trader drawing up ideas, crossing them out, and just waiting for the correct one. But once this one was in play, well, we didn't talk about any other ideas, right? We just strictly talked about this guy right here, about that 1 hour candle, breaking its own low, moving down to fill the wick, right? It was pretty much that simple. Come on, man. Y'all got to pay attention a little bit better. For real. You got to get a little bit more, I don't know, maybe you're confused, maybe you're busy, distracted, doing something, but, you got to lock in. But anyway, that's it. That's the trade. So if it continues going, great. If not, who cares? Big stop loss for me. Yeah, that was the other difficult part. You had no stop loss there. So what did I do? I went small in my size and just locked in the trade. Let's see. What setup would you call this? I would just go based off of a 1 hour, like a 1 hour, kind of like an onion in a way. Yeah, 1 hour onion type of deal. Maybe a fade. I think probably the fade is going to be the actual one we go with, because it's pretty much a fade here. Yeah, we should continue moving down. I don't see why we go back up here now. He's clocked in. How important is a mentor when trying to make it in trading? I think just in general, like if you're trying to do anything, trading, carpentry, electrician, coding, no matter what, I mean, you're always going to speed your process up with a mentor. So the mentor is very important. But then you got to make sure you got the right mentor, and the right guy or right girl who's going to actually be able to get you to where you want to go. Not someone that's going to motivate you either. Someone that has the fruit on the tree. It's your job to listen, right? It's your job to seek out the mentorship and to get the job done. They can only guide you and provide you with pretty much just experience that they've already went through. So it'll be on you to actually follow through and get it done. Yeah. All right, shall we continue down? We'll see about that. A 4 hour nice potential closure coming up in like 13 minutes here for more of a move down. But again, Monday, something I've learned about Mondays is it's mainly a range game. So you either buy from the bottom, sell from the top, or try and do the best you can within the Monday ranges. Typically, we don't get big breakouts. It just go bounce up and down throughout the range.
Yeah. You see a 4 hour closure now.
Yeah. How do you choose a mentor? You have to, the mentor has to have what you want, right? So you have to find people who are in life where you want to be. If you can find them in your sphere of influence or in your network or in your community, that's great. If not, it's 2025. You can go online, you can consume some content, you can find people that you jive with, and then, if they have the fruit on the tree and what you're looking for, you can easily message them, or a lot of them have like I have like an elite program, or you have the clubhouse or whatever, where you can get closer to those individuals. So it's pretty easy to find mentorship in 2025. It's just now determining, whether that mentor is a good mentor or not, right? So that's why I say you got to consume their content. Like before ever joining the clubhouse, before ever joining like an elite program or anything like that, I would recommend watching me, right? Watch me for a couple weeks, right? Don't just jump the gun to hire me as your mentor. See if I'm up to par. See if what I say week after week, day after day, lines up with your morals and your principles and the direction that you want to take your life. See if my trading is even good. See if I trade well. Do I call good trades? Do I explain them well? See if I can actually even help you, right? Before you hire me or even join the clubhouse for that matter. Give it a couple days. I see too many people just jump right into mentorship, right into communities that they get on the inside and they find out it's not what it was from the outside. So the only way you can really see that is if you show up consistently enough, kind of get the feedback, consume the content, and in a way, kind of feel it out, right? Become your own radar. So yeah, that's how you choose mentors in 2025. $2,600 today. Billy O'Neill. Man, dude, I remember at one point in life, it took me over a month to make that. Literally working 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Miserable. And you made that in one day. You're my hero, bro. Aren't you what year were you transported to Earth? No. Because I know Billy's if we consider all you Earthlings and your ages, I think you're in your early to mid 20s, right? So I was definitely not pulling in $2,600 a day in my early 20s. I'll tell you that. Oh, damn. I didn't realize that the clubhouse was getting that, whoever that was. Let's go, Roberto. Not a bad month, eh? Not a bad month, man. Looking good.
Good month.
Clubhouse, not gonna lie, be roasting sometimes. Oh, fair value gap? Yeah, FVG, order block, I don't know. One of them. I like the way you called the session bearish. Very impressive. How did you reach that conclusion? Well, yeah, that's a good question. So the daily, right? The daily, let's track back here, right? Because when we're talking about technicals, right, we really need to match up the time frames. This is why higher time frame, lower time frame is so important to your trading, right? So let's just see what we got in front of us, right? This is the daily time frame. We have a support here, right? We have a resistance here. Now, if we look at what happened, right, we'll notice that you had a resistance form. You had a candle closed bearish. The next candle filled, it made a top wick, it drove down, filled the wick, but then what did it do? It came right into a support zone and then rejected, right? Now, pretty normal, right? The next candle comes down, taps back into it. It closes strong bullish. But what's wrong with this candle here? It's got no top wick, right? So that's one thing that's wrong with the candle. What's the other thing? It closed right at resistance, right? So as of right now, let's pretend that this daily candle is not even in existence. What do you see on the daily? You see a range, right? We're just ranging. So there's no closures above, there's no closures below. And if we look at the daily candle, did we close at the bottom of the range? Or did we close at the top of the range? We close at the top of the range, right? So therefore, you're closing right at resistance. Now, as this next daily candle opens up, we make very little to no lower wick on the candle. So now you have everything we just talked about. Bullish candle closure with no top wick, right at resistance. Next candle pops up, breaks the highs, yet it has no lower wick yet. And again, no closure above resistance yet. This daily candle can close back below here today, right? So until that candle closes above, we don't have a breakout. So with all that in mind now, we can expect this daily candle to possibly start to push down, re-break its lows, and then close back in that overall range, looking something like let's say you got the range here, right? Looking something like this. By the time 5 p.m. Eastern comes today, we may have a rejection out of that area. So that was my vision, right? That was what I was anticipating happening, and that was the idea for potential sells here today. So then we go to the 4 hour, and we notice here that the 4 hour time frame, let me make it a little bigger, has been rallying, right? So it's just been running up since like Thursday, where we definitely need some sort of a pullback, right? I mean, you know, whoa, right? We don't know where it's going to happen, but it should happen at some point here, right? So again, considering the daily time frame and now considering the 4 hour, we're developing a bearish bias because we don't really want to take our buys up here. If it's going to buy up here, we'll just let it keep buying, right? And stay out of that move. But we do want to take advantage of the ideal of these higher time frame directions, right? So now you get the 1 hour. Right? So the 1 hour candles create resistance here. We form this overall resistance, right? Wanted to take the sells here at 8 a.m. like we talked about, but we just couldn't get in, right? We just couldn't find our way into this candle. Candle closes strong bearish though, right? Then what happens? Now we see the next candle come up. We wick up. This wick respects the high of the previous wick and then ended up moving back down bearish. Now, here's where it gets tricky. Lower time frames. 30-minute moving up, showing no signs of pushing back down. 15-minute moving up here, right? So all you have now is ranges. And this is why ranges are so important, because as you can see, 30-minute candles, where did they close? They closed what? Let me stretch this out a little bit. Where did they close? They kept closing below, didn't they? Right? So if we have this range right here, this 30-minute time frame kept closing below the range. So again, we wanted to see if we can maybe take our buys from here to go back up towards that range. But by the time the candle closed, we were basically right at it. So now we pay attention. What's going to happen here? What's going to happen here? So we see here, we push up, we reject, we close back below. Let me drop down to the 15 here. We see again, we push up, we reject, right? No closures. And now this candle here pushes up, makes a top wick, respects the highs again. Again, that was our 1 hour top wick. Here's your previous 1 hour high. And then we just start melting down. So 1 hour low breaks. At the same time, these lows right here break. We got volume coming in, clean traffic to the left, higher time frame anticipation of the move down, no lower wick on this candle here as well, and then that was our move. That was pretty much a move. So it's broken down from a science, right? From all the way from the daily, what's taking place in this very moment, down to the 4 hour, down to the 1 hour, and then finding those little clues on like the 15-minute, 30-minute time frame for us to get a little bit more confidence, right, in this move down on the 1 hour. So that was pretty much it. Takes a little experience to put all that stuff together, but over time, over reps, you'll get it. See you, buddy.
Let's go.
Love you. You're the
Amazing
man.
trades.
You're the man.
On a Monday.
And yeah, by the way, Monday's a range game, you know, so we're most likely going to range on Mondays, and that's pretty much, you know, what we did here today. Yes, and I don't know if we will make a lower wick, right? I don't know if we will make a lower wick. I'm just expecting rejection, right? Rejection, maybe even the 4 hour candle to close bearish and get a pullback, right? Something like that. So that's it. And again, we don't need a full move, right? All we need is 25, 35 pips, and we're out of here with profit. So that's really all we needed, right? Anything all the way down, I mean, that would be great, but we don't need that. Yeah. What up, Gio? Let's go. It's good. What's the Ignite account? I would just look it up on top one. Yeah, I'll probably butcher the explanation. Yes, sir. Cool. I like it. I like it. What now?
What?
Now what?
That's the question. Now you go enjoy the day, or you go look for the next best trade.
Yep. I was one of those threw their discipline out the window here, guys that entered in on the buys there. Okay. Not because I felt impatient or something, but because it seemed like a good idea, but I wasn't here at the time. Hearing you explain helps you. Oh, yeah, exactly. So again, the buys were valid, but you had to get them somewhere lower, right? Because again, this move here now is the counter trend move. This move up, that's the counter trend, because now the trend is starting to switch here. It's trying to make its way down, especially if you look at the lower time frames. So that right there is just your counter trend move, and I think the move down now is going to be more so the trending move of this session.
Thanks, bro. Yeah, honestly, if you're gonna take the buy, the best buy to take was that 15-minute fade that just happened, right at the low.
Yeah, down here.
Yep.
And I would have been interested in that if we broke these lows here, and I think we explained that too at that time. Is if we break the lows and then we re-break the high on the way up, right? Then yes, that would have been a good idea. But once the candle closes way up here, now look at the room you got. You only got this much room here, right? Technically, you might reject there in what you did.
Yeah, go to the 15-minute. Quick.
Yeah, and you had resistance there too.
Yeah.
Money! Shmoney idea!
yagezeho ubwoba.
Yes, sir, Green. Green, bro, when you coming back down, bro? I miss you.
ntabwo ari no
Yeah, man,
kuyikora kare mani
when you
ni
got freedom, you gotta enjoy it for sure.
And by the way, that's all you got to do, gang. All you got to do is show up every day, wait patiently, and look for something just like that, and then that's it. And then you literally can go enjoy your day.
Literally.
Like, you don't have to be that special to do this. You just got to know what you're looking for and not take anything outside of that until that one opportunity or that idea shows up. You take that trade. If you have a high win rate, you're most likely going to win that trade. You know, you might lose it, but most days you're going to win. You'll be able to walk away a winner and then come back and do it again the next day. That's how you stack green days.
Actually, byaba bigoranye kuyibona pe ahubwo sinzi n'uburyo uyibonye.
Yeah.
ahantu yagiye kuyikorera nta byayo dore reba ukuntu byari bimeze kuri ntuza ku 15 minute ku 15 minute urabona hano hari hariho Fibonacci ihera
iyo ndayizi
ahangaha ukagera noneho price zaje zihita zikoramo hano sibyo turindira SMT kuko hano nta SMT iri muri ibi ngibi nta hantu twayibona hano nta hantu yaba yayikoze keretse yikorera nko kuri ino kandi aho yikoreye rero na yikorera aha